Welcome back to another Alliance War. This time around, 4 Loki is taking on ISO8A, and this is one of the more interesting wars of the season, in my opinion. I'm on path number 8, so I'll be taking in Medusa, Black Bolt, and Nebula. Nebula to deal with that Biohazard node. First fight is just going to be a little bit of a diversity node, but I swear there are some pretty interesting fights to follow. It's just a 5-star mutant champion on this one that, like I said, it's really just diversity. If we actually click on the node itself, it's just Pessimist and Outlast. Nothing too serious, just some extra stat gain and damage reduction, along with the regular stats that the node has as well. And I have no clue who I'm going to see on this node, but I have Scouter Lens, and I know it's a rank 3 champion, so I'm not worried about it. And turns out it's Goldpool. Looks like Goldpool is here mostly just to taunt me, as I'm 4,500 units deep, 225 crystals, without a single golden ticket, and of course without the champion as well. No, I'm not salty about it. What are you talking about? But anyway, Goldpool, I mean, he's essentially just Deadpool, right? So I know his moves, nothing too crazy to worry about. I know he has some regeneration, but yeah, nothing too crazy. I do make one pretty big mistake here coming up that you're going to see, where he does a double medium attack, and I try to punish it. I try to attack. I'm thinking, alright, that's my opening, and I end up getting parried right there. I tried to go in as fast as I possibly could, but it just was not fast enough. You know, it's really not worth it, man. I've made that mistake 1,000 times in the past. It's been a little while since I made that mistake here, but especially with that animation where you have like that jump kick animation, it's just so hard to follow up, even though it feels like you should be able to. Or at least that's how I feel, but yeah, I really have to stop doing that. Ended up costing me 1 level 4 potion and 1 level 3 potion as well to get back up to full. Anyway, I've got some boosts on. I've got I've got the invulnerability boost active because this is a Mystic champion that, due to Mystic Dispersion, I might push to a special 3, and it's a magic. Okay. So I'm going to try my best to back off as soon as I push her over that first bar of power. Luckily, she did not trigger Limbo. Very thankful for that. And she actually is pretty loose with her special as she throws it right there. That helps me out. She did trigger Limbo next time I push her over that threshold, but you know, just the fact that I'm able to get one time where she didn't trigger Limbo, I'm very thankful for, as Limbo still does a lot of damage. But still, I sliced through her pretty quick. You wouldn't think that Medusa would be that good of an option against Magic, but thanks to Magic's low health pool and getting an armor shatter up, it's not too bad. Alright, Biohazard. This is a pretty interesting fight. It's a science champion, it's a 6-star science champion. We were fairly certain going into this that this was going to be a void, and it is a void, and yeah, this is a pretty scary fight for me. If you've seen any time that I tried to fight this guy in Alliance Quest on the live streams, I've been getting better at fighting him, and I'm actually very thankful for that Alliance Quest practice right now, because yeah, I fight this guy nearly every night in Alliance Quest. He's the mini-boss of map 6. And it went from really ugly fights to, okay, starting to get the hang of it, to sometimes the fights actually look pretty reasonable. Basically, the way to fight Void is every 10 hits that you land on him will shrug off a debuff. So 10, 20, 30, you know, like that. It's not 10 hits after he puts the debuff on you, it's just 10 hits. That was pretty scary right there. It was pretty sketchy where I dashed in after the L1. I was very scared about getting parried, but I didn't want to take any damage from the debuff that was about to get applied to me. I was stuck against the wall a little bit, so I popped the L3, give myself some distance. And I want to be attacking him here to get the shock damage on him, but really just could not find a good opening. I wanted to, it's more important to slow play this fight, in my opinion, than to find the damage openings. I also much rather push him to an L2 and dodge that missile, and then his air blast, or whatever you want to call that thing. I'm much more comfortable with that than dodging the special one, just because I feel like I can't get an attack in after reliably, at least. I'm definitely not trying to build up any kind of shock charges here. Any shock charges that I am getting is just some kind of natural shock gain as I'm, you know, playing a little bit defensively, waiting for my openings, but definitely keeping mindful of that to not build up those shock charges. He's getting pretty low, so I'm feeling pretty good about the fight at this point. I haven't taken too much degen damage at all. I've got 6 shocks built up. Those do some pretty good damage. Hit him with the L1, and this should kill him. Just about, and he does go down. So I'm very happy with how that fight went. Like I said, super thankful that Void is the map 6 mini-boss, because, yeah, otherwise that fight would have been a struggle. And it was still pretty intense in the moment. You know, I haven't really fought a Void that's difficult outside of Alliance Quest in, you know, ever probably. So yeah, I remember nervously shaking a little bit throughout that fight, as I thought that was going to be like the most intense fight of the path, just because, you know, I didn't really know what it was going to be like. I didn't know if I was going to be able to handle it or not. Next time I fight that Void, it'll be a little bit more comfortable for me, though. Alright, anyway, moving on to the next node here, we have the Flare Starburst and Recovery node. I have no clue who it's going to be. It's a 6-star Awakened Mutant Champion. Don't see anything in the profile. And it turns out this dude got pretty unlucky, because it is a 6-star Awakened Xpool Dead Force. Man, that sucks. But anyway, as far as the fight goes, the only thing for me to watch out for is he does have power gain at 30%, but I'm just going to blow right through that. I kind of wanted to make sure that, you know, my 5th hit didn't take him to that 30% threshold, but as long as I was mid-combo, then I didn't mind just plowing right through it and taking him down. Okay, one last fight of this war, and it is this Iron Man Infinity War mini-boss. Now, I'm going to try taking him down without suicides this war. Last time I fought this guy as a 565 champion, I turned on the Suicide Masteries, and I just barely finished him. And this time around, I was thinking, okay, I don't really need to do that, because last time I didn't know exactly what I was getting myself in for, and I did make a lot of mistakes towards the end that, you know, I wasted like 45 seconds. So I figure without suicides, I should be fine as long as I know what I'm doing this time around. So as far as the nodes go, it's he's just debuff immune, and he has Optimus, which means he has armor up at for the last you know, 25. I think it was oh man, it's either 20 or 25. I can never remember. Last little bit of his life there, and due to the way Iron Man works, he has a permanent power gain as a result, and you can't attack into him with anything except for a heavy attack. Now, I messed up in the beginning of this fight. I forgot to kind of count his armors, and I did get myself parried. That got me a little flustered, and I ended up messing up and dodging his special there. So I do have some shock damage on me, and I'm thinking, like, all right, man, just recover from this. We're 30 seconds into this fight. I haven't done really any damage. I need to get it together and recover and finish out this fight. So I was holding my special 2 here just to wait for those armor ups to go down. This way my damage can actually get through a little bit better. Go ahead and unleash my special 2 here, and it actually does some pretty decent damage. He's down to 67%, still within the first minute, so okay, we're on pace at least. Really hoping I didn't need those Suicide Masteries at this point. Not feeling super confident, but the confidence is starting to rise at least. If I can get one more special 2, drop his health a bit more, I'd be pretty happy with that. Still baiting out his heavy attacks here to find my openings. I do intercept a little bit throughout this fight, but for the most part, I just feel a lot more comfortable baiting out the heavy attacks and then baiting out specials and then go back to baiting out heavy attacks, since those things not exactly easy to punish. Go ahead and hit him with another special 2 when his armor ups are down. He's down to 39% health, and we're halfway through. We're at the minute-and-a-half mark, and at this point, confidence is up. I feel like I can close out this fight. I'm not going to end up dying or timing out. I just got to keep it up and make sure to stay focused, especially when he gets to that 15% threshold, when he has all that power gain, and when I can't attack into him normally, or else I'll get parried. So just kind of keeping it steady until I get to that point. I'm going to hit him with one more special 2. Once he gets down to that 15% threshold, I cannot use a special anymore at all. So it kind of works out perfectly that he ended up at 16% health. Got a minute left in the fight to go. Going to try to throw a heavy attack, and check out what happens from this point forward. He doesn't immediately throw his heavy attack all the time. Sometimes he does, but a lot of the time what he'll do is he'll dash in, attack me like twice, and then back out. And due to his power gain, it makes things so much harder when he does that. The other thing that kind of messes me up here is my heavy attacks aren't really critting. I'm really not getting too lucky on the critical hits, so therefore my damage output is pretty weak. But yeah, you can see he didn't immediately go into a heavy attack there, and then after he fires off a couple of specials, it's going to be pretty much the same thing here. Him just kind of backing out, not throwing the heavy. I thought he was going to get to a special 3 there, but he didn't. Just a special 2 and a special 1. At this point, I just need to kind of throw a heavy attack at Wild, even though he didn't throw his heavy. Get the tiniest bit of damage at the end. He's down to 9%, and I time out. So unfortunately, it looks like I do need suicides for this fight, unless I play it perfectly, and I cannot always count on myself playing perfectly, so I am going to turn on suicides next time I fight this guy on this node. Good lesson learned. At least it'll give me an opportunity to enjoy suicide masteries in arena a bit every time I have to fight this guy. I mean, to be honest, there are better champions to take down this Iron Man, so maybe at some point I'll get a different champion that will be more reliable to take this guy down, but you know, for now, it's not too bad if I just toss on the suicide, so I'm going to do that next time. He's got 15,000 life left, so let's just go ahead and clean this up. I didn't heal up to full, just because all I got to do is bait out a couple heavies, and that's it, right? Well, we'll see about that. Alright, so there he goes. He has the power gain again. He's down to 8% life, and he still has a lot of armor, so I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage, even if he was giving me the openings. Still not really landing too many crits. He's down to 6% health. We're about 25 seconds into the second round here. And I really thought he was going to launch a special 3 right here. Totally threw me off. Thankfully, Auto Block had my back right there with Medusa. Still just baiting out the specials. Still struggling to find an opening. Man, this fight really does get very difficult at the last little bit here. Luckily, I get a crit to finish things out, because that took 50 seconds or 49 seconds. There was 2 minutes and 11 seconds left on the clock just to take down 15,000 health for that guy. So yeah, pretty brutal. Fighting that champion, I definitely could see why he's placed there in some of these wars. But like I said, next time I'll have the suicides on, and hopefully things will be much better and I won't time out. That was actually the second time all season that I have lost any attack bonus at all. So a little bit sad about that, but that's alright. Still a pretty good season so far. Hopefully I can close it out without dying or timing out anymore. But anyway, that is going to do it for this war. ISO8A did take the victory here. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.